Those were the headlines that we're tracking for you this evening. But on what's brewing today, FinX, a skilling platform focused on the banking, financial services and insurance sector, has raised $6 million in a seed funding round from impact investor Eleva Equity. According to the India Skills Report, India's education sector faces a pressing challenge in preparing graduates for the demands of the job market. According to recent reports, over 50% of Indian graduates are considered unemployable due to the lack of practical skills and industry-specific knowledge. FinX is a corporate training company that helps students in the BFSI sector in India become job-ready. Joining me now to discuss this further is Himanshu Vyapak, the founder of FinX. Himanshu, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Start-Up Street. You know, you launched your firm in 2019. What led you to start this journey and start FinX? What's the challenge or gap that you saw that you needed to solve for?
First of all, thank you, Arundhati, for having me here. Being in the BFSI corporate ecosystem for over 2.5 decades, the biggest challenge was the students, we were looking for, we never got students, job-ready students. And when we ask students, are you getting jobs? You don't get those jobs. So clearly this gap has only increased in the last few years. And that was an important factor in starting FinX. Also, I think this is one space, specifically skilling is one space, which is at an intersection of a social impact, good economics, and a large unmet need of the corporate India.
Right. So you're solving for that gap where people become more employable, right, especially in the sector. And you've raised the $6 million for expansion for your technology and to diversify your product offerings. We'll come to all of it in a bit, but take us through what you currently have on offer and what are your new products in the pipeline. Take us through how your platform works, essentially.
So clearly, from our perspective, the value which we offer to our learners is we offer industry-relevant courses and certifications. These set of learners are trained by our panel of industry experts who have an experience, on-ground experience of working in the industry. And we have been in the training business for over 2 decades. So, the content is in an ever fast-growing BFSI domain. The content is very contextual and application-focused. What we do at this point of time is a set of offerings which is, kind of short courses, right from short courses to joint management programs. So we have short vocational courses, which we kind of embed with the college curriculum. These are 30 to 40-hour courses. Then we have specific industry-recognized certification across various domains like stock markets, wealth management, investment banking, and more. And we also have, trained students on NISM and other regulatory exams, which are kind of mandatory for most of the roles in BFSI.
Right.
And now we are also working with corporates to offer job assured programs, so that the students can not only be ready for the industry, but also ready for that specific role.
Right. So a lot of, programs that you have there. And speaking of, job assured programs, can you sort of take us through the number of students that you've currently catered to? How many of these students have you actually helped successfully find a job? And what about teacher training and skilling?
So there are two parts of it. In terms of the number of students which we will impact this year in terms of training through our skilling courses and, certification would be about 15,000. Across 12 states. Typically, the students who would want to get into jobs, which is there, our platform is building up. And the current trend shows that about 60 to 65% of them get placed, either self-placed or through our placement tie-ups after doing these courses.
Right. So if you could sort of, then take us through the kind of revenues you're currently seeing. What are the targets you have for 2025? And what about profitability?
So, till now, for the last few years, we have been a bootstrap setup. We have just raised our first institutional round. I can't divulge the numbers as yet, but, we are profitable. And, the aspiration, the way we, kind of look at ourselves is that in the next 5 years, every year we should be impacting 100,000 students every year through our, skilling and employability programs.
So you want to impact 100,000 students every year, and also you are profitable at this current point. But, apart from BFSI, right, you're also looking to enter the IT market, right? So how soon do you hope to enter the space? And, any other sectors that you're seeing a big skilling gap in?
So, so the way we look at it is finance and technology are no longer career skills. They are, in fact, life skills now. So even if I'm a doctor, you would expect a doctor to be proficient on at least the finance skill, right from a student to an engineer to a doctor. All of these are now there. So I think these two, and the second part is both technology and finance kind of contribute almost about over 25% of Indian GDP. So one, that whole space has interlinkages, is no longer a career skill, but a life skill. From our perspective, BFSI has been the first journey. Now we are looking at inorganic acquisition. We are exploring some options in the technology training space to kind of add up to programs and the way forward.
So looking at inorganic opportunities in the IT space, any companies that you can tell us that you're already in talks with?
No, unfortunately, I can't share those names right now, but we are in talks with them.
All right, so you are in talks, but also parts of the funds that you've raised will go towards geographic expansion, right? Which cities are you looking to enter? Where are you seeing the most demand coming from? And what about tier 2 and beyond cities?
So, our focus is, while our presence would be there in the tier 1 cities, but tier 2 is predominantly the state capitals beyond the metro location is what we want to start off now in the first phase, and then go further down to kind of cities like Kolhapur or Aurangabad, and the tier 3 locations is where we want to go further down. But in the first 2 years, is the tier 1 and tier 2 locations is the first focus to build up here, because most of the corporate placement opportunities are coming up from these opportunities. So first we want to cater that and then further go down.
All right, so tier 1 and tier 2 first, and then you look at going further down. All right, Himanshu, thank you so much for being here with us on Startup Street and outlining your growth plan for the next 2 years.
Thank you very much, Ramzi. Thank you for